Good afternoon. I'm here to present how benchmarking plays a role in our organization's innovation and improvement drive. But first, let me give a brief introduction about our city. The city government of Tanauan is a second-class component city in the province of Batangas, Philippines, which is primarily agro-industrial in terms of land use and is situated 1.5 hours away from Manila. The city has a total land area of 10,761 square with a total population of more than 174,000. For this year, we have an annual budget of 855 million pesos. In terms of governance, we are proud to say that we are ISO 9001-2008 certified in 17 core business processes covering 10 departments. We define benchmarking as recognizing and learning from the best practices and experiences of other organizations which help us to gain information to better improve our performance. And we use both the formal and informal approach. In formal, we use a structured and enhanced benchmarking methodology, the latest using the trade approach, while in informal, we use conferences, attendance to conferences, knowledge sharing sessions, and site visits and online research. We are very fortunate to have the support of the top management in the conduct of our benchmarking activities. The top management initiates the conduct of benchmarking activity anchored with our city's vision and mission, integrated in our city's strategic plan. Aligned with the strategic plan, development of department's objectives are generated, and benchmarking initiatives are identified. Teams are identified for benchmarking projects both functionally and cross-functionally depending on the project. To ensure that benchmarking is done in an ethical manner, we refer to the European Benchmarking Code of Conduct. A communication on the purpose of benchmarking is sent to the benchmarking partner to ensure transparency, and a letter of gratitude is being sent to them after the completion of the project. We also conduct a continuous review of the process at the termination of each benchmarking project. Team members' performance are recognized based from their performance after the conduct of the benchmarking activity, and it forms part of the performance appraisal system. Further, effective implementation also qualifies them to be nominated to provincial and regional awards. Benchmarking is clearly embedded in our organizational culture. For more than 2 decades, we have witnessed 4 changes in administration and leadership, but benchmarking stays the same as a tool for us to further improve our performance. Our organization regularly sends our employees to conferences, knowledge sharing sessions, and different site visits for us to learn what are the best practices of our organizations which we can apply in our organization. Internal best practices are captured through observation, which was later documented through the conduct of internal quality audits and management review meetings, while external best practices are captured through benchmarking. All our city officials are familiar and are involved in our benchmarking activities. We also share our best practices to other organizations and delegates, both local and foreign, who visit our city to learn from our experiences. To further develop the skills of our employees in doing benchmarking activity, our organization regularly sends us to conferences, trainings, and seminars. Also, knowledge sharing sessions are being done. Further, 3 of our employees are formally trained in trade benchmarking methodology, bronze level by the GBN. Our benchmarking approach has evolved through the years. For more than 2 decades, the city government of Tanauan has been implementing benchmarking practices, which undergoes multiple enhancements, thereby resulting to a more mature benchmarking approach. In 1992, benchmarking is only done by the top management, which involves an all-encompassing approach, and it is not that focused. It is in 2001 that benchmarking became more focused to include the rank and file employees, and it focused on certain specific area of concern. In 2006, we decided to conduct benchmarking outside our industry. 2 years after, we also considered benchmarking in the private sector organization. And lately, we are doing an enhanced benchmarking documentation. We are using a formal structured approach in our benchmarking process. Benchmarking partners are selected based on the criteria set by the benchmarking team. Results are discussed and benchmarking partners are selected through team consensus. We choose benchmarking partners within and outside our industries. Results and outcomes of this benchmarking process are documented and monitored during program reviews to ensure and to monitor if the desired results are achieved. Benchmarking clearly helps us improve our services. For more than 2 decades, here are some of the benchmark initiatives we implemented in our city government. But for the purpose of this presentation, I'm only going to discuss 3 benchmarking projects and their outcomes. First, to increase the increasing number of high school graduates not being able to attend college due to poverty, the city government of Tanauan established Tanauan City College, which resulted to 74% of the targeted out-of-school youths, projected out-of-school youths, being enrolled thereat for the current year. Second, to be at par with the international standard in terms of quality management, we implemented the quality management system certified to ISO 9001-2008, which resulted to increase productivity and quality as evidenced by an increased customer satisfaction from 75% to 94% for the last 3 years. To address the increasing maternal and neonatal deaths, the city government established and operated 3 birthing homes, which resulted to 15.61% decrease in normal deliveries at home and 20% decrease in maternal deaths. Having said all this, let me share with you the lessons we learned from our benchmarking activities. First is that change and innovation can be introduced if supported by facts. Second, involvement of people across all levels of the organization ensures commitment to the program. Third is to think outside the box. We should contact as many benchmarking partners as possible. We did not confine ourselves within the limit of the public sector industry, as there may be other related best practices in other industries which can help us. And fourth is to develop and maintain contacts to foster future cooperation and sharing of new knowledge and learning. Let me end by mentioning what we plan to do next. To realize our vision to be the center of exemplary governance, we plan to develop plans and programs to address gender-related issues through the establishment of a Gender and Development Resource Center and conducting benchmarking project on the same on the first quarter of 2015. To achieve our goal to be the center of sports in the region, we plan to produce homegrown players ready for international competition through the establishment of Tanauan City Baseball Academy and conducting benchmarking project on the same and the second quarter of 2015. That's all. Thank you and